Hey, welcome to the Dwellers from the North, and this is the second battle report from our gaming Saturday with our little pointy-ear face-off with the Demons of Chaos version of Pointy-Ears in our opinion.
Yeah, Elfhammer with the Slanesh Demons as the odd one out. This is a battle with 3,000 points, which seems to be our standard.
Yeah.
From now on, and we have a Demons of Chaos versus High Elf match for you.
Over to the High Elves. I don't have the list in my head, but he has a Anointed on a Fire Phoenix, a level 4 Fire Mage on a Great Eagle. I know he has the Dispel Scroll and some kind of Charm Shield
Esque item.
Yeah. 2+ ward against first boom.
Or something shit like that, yeah.
High elf shit.
Yeah.
And then a Beastie on a Great Eagle. I don't know his setup. You will know why after you've seen all the battle reports. And then you have Caradrian, whatever.
Caradrian
on a Frost Phoenix.
And here we have the Demons of Chaos. To the left, in the back, we have a Herald of Singe with a level. He's a level 2 metal, and you have a Greater Loci or Loci, or however the fuck you pronounce it. Loci. We'll say Loci from now on. Standing in front of him, we have the Mask, the special character, rocking a vicious scythe or scythe. This is the battle report of mispronunciations.
Yeah, welcome to Sweden.
And then we have a Keeper of Secrets with 2 greater gifts, and he's a level 4 Lord of Slanesh, actually, which I wanted to try out, and we'll see how it goes in this battle rep. To the right of him, we have Skulltaker, which now I needed to fill out the points. I had a 2,500 point list, so I squeezed in some bloodletters and led by Skulltaker. So there he is, modeled by a ordinary bloodletter champion. And in front of him we have a Herald of Slanesh with a greater gift. He's a BSB and have the greater Loci, or whatever. And here we have the deployment. I vanguarded up. We forgot to vanguard at first, and then I vanguarded up in retrospect. But this is the deployment. We have 2 vanguarding units of Seekers, and we have a Skull Cannon. And to the left of them we have a unit of Bloodletters with the Skulltaker. And in the tower, we have a unit of Horrors, led by the Herald of Singe, and in front of them we have 3 Fiends of Slanesh.
And also for the High Elves, you see on the top right, is it the Great Eagle?
Yeah, the Mage Great Eagle.
And Bolt Thrower Silver Helms. Next to them, that dragon is not a dragon, it's a Frost Phoenix. The other dragon is also a Frost Phoenix. I think that's the one with Caradrian on it. Another unit of Silver Helms, the Beastie on a Great Eagle, and to the far left you see some Dragon Princess, if I'm not mistaken.
And on this side we have, as you can see, I mentioned the Fiends of Slanesh, and to the left of them we have 2 Beasts of Nurgle standing next to that, and behind or between the tower and the big unit of Demonettes, we have the Mask. And, the big unit of Demonettes. And to the left of that we have the Keeper of Motherfucking Secrets.
And for the High Elves you see the Anointed on a Fire Phoenix next to the Dragon Princess.
And here's a glorious picture of my bloodletters.
Blood for the Blood God.
Blood for the Blood God, with the glorious unit filler. Here's some Demonettes. As you can see, I've converted some with using the masks from the Sisters of Slaughter kit. You'll see in a showcase later on in the video.
Yes.
I hope.
Which will be don't show it to your kids.
Yeah, it's a
early
bit
warning.
18 plus BDM-esque. Yeah, Glory for Slanesh and all that.
But over to High Elves turn 1. Yeah, you've seen the Vanguard before. He managed to get the Silver Helms into the Seekers, and the rest just moves up. The Mage moves a little bit more into the middle of the board. The river you see is a River of Light, which is a awesome terrain feature. And here on the underside he just shuffles up, moves his Beastie up to the watchtower, Don't know why. The Anointed just moves up to the flank, getting ready for a charge.
And here we have his first magic phase, and he casts the Fulminating Flame Cage on my Seekers, which makes, I take some wounds, but I let it go through. I don't care about my Seekers.
And here, yeah, in combat, the Silverhelms easily kills off the Seeker unit, reforms as such.
And as you can see on the green little markers on the right, we are separating the boards because we have 2 ongoing bat reps.
So that's why there are green blobs in the middle of the tables.
Yeah, and you'll probably see a few shots of his, the armies on the other side in our picks. But yeah, that was the bat rep before this one, so you'll probably know what happened there if you follow our battle reports. And here's Daemons turn 1. I decided not to move my Seekers because, they would take wounds, and they're pretty comfortable sitting there, chaffing up his Silverhelms. And then my Skull Cannon decides to move around a bit so he can shoot at the mage that is at the topmost position.
Top.
Yeah, far top of this picture. And my Bloodletters are a little bit uncomfortable sitting there so close to the Caradrian and his Frost Phoenix, so they move a little bit back. My Fiends of Slanesh moves up with their movement 10 and marches into the forest. Which give them poisonous attacks.
Venom Thicket.
The Venom Thicket. And then we have this part. The Keeper of Secrets is also movement 10, so he moves up and moves, so he comes into hugging distance from the Dragon Princess. And the rest of the Demonettes move a little bit back, same with the Mask and the Beast of Nurgle, who moves to the left of the Demonette unit.
Sit back and relax.
Yeah. And then the glorious magic phase, and we get a double 6 boxcars, and you know what happens? In the Reign of Chaos table, we get to choose a unit and get a 2d6 plus 3 models of whichever core unit we like, and it can pop up anywhere on the board. So I choose Bloodletters, roll off, and I get 9 Bloodletters, and I choose to park them at the back of his single and lone war machine. And then we have the magic phase, and I choose to use the Cacophonic Choir, which for the first time for me, since I haven't choose to use the Slanesh lore before, and it's a glorious spell because, yeah, I think it's one of the best spells in the game. It was really fun to see my opponent. He was not so happy about it, for the rest of the game, because I will get it off quite a few times from this on end.
But it killed some knights.
It killed some Dragon Princess, and I think the Phoenix on the left also took a wound, which made him become a random movement sort of shenanigans, which was nice. And here my that was with 6 dice. So I 6 dice that spell, and then I 6 dice the Final Transmutation from my Metal Magician to his or onto his Silverhelms, and they lose 5 models. And that was the magic phase.
Shooting phase.
Yeah, we go to the shooting phase, and my steam cannon, my
skull cannon.
My skull cannon, yeah, skulls for the skull god. He decided he wasn't going to be part of my army anymore, so he decided to roll a misfire when I had this awesome shot on his mage. But yeah, we can't be on top of our game every game. So yeah, of course I roll a 1 or a 2 or something shit like that on the misfire chart, which makes my whole chariot blow itself up. It was not nice. And then I cast the Final Transmutation on the Silverhelms, the big one, and his Caradrian on his Frost Phoenix decided to go gold horny and stupid. So he just moved. I think he just shuffled maybe 5 inches ahead or something in his following movement phase.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Highest turn 2. One of the Frost Phoenixes charges the other unit of Seekers standing there. The big block of Silverhelms just tries to move around, move up, but because of the wing of the dragon, you'll see the gap between the 2 movement traits. But yeah, the forwardmost movement trace where there actually is. Over here, he moves back with his BSB from the tower to provide some rerolls, I suppose. The Phoenix have the random movement, if I am not mistaken. Can't do too much. Mage hangs back. Silverhelm's random movement because of the Cacophonic Choir. There's a Silverhelms? Dragon Princess.
Yeah.
Silverhelms to the right just shuffles up. Magic Face, he gets a fireball on the horrors, and since we decided that this is a building before the match, he has to reroll to wound because of the flaming attacks, and yeah, he kills a few. He moves around to shoot some bloodletters, only killing 3 of them. And here, yeah, combat. Oh my god. If Frost Phoenix, he kills like 1 Seeker. I mean, come on, 1 Seeker. It's not even remotely possible, but yeah, they stick, and that combat will continue.
Yeah, and here we have the Demons turn 2. I decided to do a long charge and give it a go with my Skull Taker and his entourage onto his Caradrian. I make it. And then his Silverhelms, they just shuffled up. I decided to do a glorious combo charge and charge my Fiends of Slanesh, one of my Beast of Nurgles, and the Mask, you'll see in the next pick, into his units of Silverhelms.
Lots of the bloodletters, of course, charge the blood.
Yeah.
The bolt thrower.
They just stepped in and couldn't give 2 fucks. And yeah, here we go. My Keeper of Secrets decided to charge into the Dragon Princess, and my yeah, and as you can see, my Mask charged into his Silverhelms on the right, and then my Demonettes decided to move up and yeah, hassle his lines. And here we have another Cacophonic Choir in the magic phase. I love that spell, and now it gets off again. I think I just killed maybe 1 knight. But I managed to kill off his BSB, which was nice. And I even think I managed to make his anointed random movement again. I don't know, maybe.
You see the BSB on top right. The model isn't done yet, so
yeah.
The actual character is like laying down on the Great Eagle.
He's a Gauner.
He's a Gauner though, yeah.
And here we have the the combat phase. On the top right, we have the bloodletters. They shoot through the little bolt thrower, and they overran down the hill. And on and my Seekers decided to keep on fighting the Phoenix, and the Phoenix wants to fight them, so the fight keeps on going. And on the left, my Skull Taker decided he wants to take the Skull Caradrian, so he decided to challenge.
You have to challenge.
You have to challenge even. You know, Korn is kind of cool like that. And Caradrian promptly whops his ass. Fuck always strike first. But yeah, my Skull Taker, he goes down. It was not nice. And then we have the fight on the left. I think we can begin on the right. The Silverhelms got crushed by the Fiends, the Mask, and the Beast of Nurgle combo charge, and then I overran, or just overrun, and I happened to end up on the other side of the building there in the middle. And my Keeper of Secrets keep on, whooping elf ass, but they're steadfast and they stick around.
High Elves, turn 3. You see Silverhelms just move around. They're pretty much out of the picture, it feels like. Yeah, they're really far from any action, at least. And this picture, the Anointed had random movement, couldn't do crap, went forward a few inches, and that's about it.
Oh, and the Mage as well decided to move further to the left to support his blocks and whatnot.
The eagle in front of the kill pile over there.
Yeah, the glorious kill pile.
Here, combat, I believe.
Yes, still whiffing the attacks on from the Frost Phoenix. So the Seekers are doing their job and holding him up.
The impossible combat.
Yeah.
And I believe the Caradrian kills off a few bloodletters, nothing too fancy. They just stand there holding.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Seeker plows through the Dragon Princess. They do not stick, they flee, he ran them over. Bunch of points gone over there.
He did not even run them down, he ran them over.
He ran them over.
Yeah. And then it's Demon's turn 3. Charges. I charged my Demonettes. He did not really think this through when he moved his mage, which I decided to capitalize on that, so I charged my Demonettes into his mage. I decided to just reform with my Fiends to face the right, and move on Mask, which also has movement 10, further to the right, as well as with my Beastie. And then during the magic phase, somehow I miscasted on something. I think it was the some sort of spell, and my horrors decided to die horribly. So I just have 2 remaining, which is nice because they still, they're holding their points. Here's the I got off the Hysterical Frenzy. I'm so not used to this Slanesh lore, but they get some pretty nice spells. So I gave them Frenzy, so they have instead of the 8 attacks, or with the champion 9, they now have 13 attacks, which might swing this combat in my direction. We'll see. And the Frost Phoenix now decides that he's done having fun with the Seekers and smushes them to bits. Oh, and then it's this combat, and yeah, the Frenzy really paid off, and I managed to Killing Blow his Caridrian off the Phoenix's back. Boss took some wounds in return, and the mage were no problem for my big unit of Demonettes. They tore him off in his little ropes and smashed him with their claws. I took a wound in return, though, as you can see below the Demonette unit.
Little gore base in the middle of the picture.
Yeah, the gore pile of doom.
Over to High Elves, turn 4. The Silver Helms decided to charge. Those that were so far away charged a bit of Nurgle. The Frost Phoenix charged the flank of the Bloodletters. The Anointed charges the rear of the Keeper. And there you see a glorious picture.
Yeah, we're playing in Vampire Vilman's basement, so you can see some other models on the shelf in the back.
And here's
a picture of 2 phoenixes go into town on the Bloodletters.
Yeah, but they're demons, they don't know how to run, they just stand there.
Yeah, but they take some wounds, and as you can see in the next picture, there's just 1 guy remaining, which is the unit champion. So he's holding up 2 phoenixes, which is rather cool.
And the Silver Helms kills off the Beast of Nurgle.
Yeah, the Beast of Nurgle is a nice fella, but he can't win all the time. But for 60 points.
And here, the Anointed, he gets slapped to hell by the Keeper of Secrets.
Yes, the Keeper ravaged his Anointed, which also was his general. So that was nice, a general versus general duel, and my demon, Great Demon, came out on top, which is always good. And then we have Demon's turn 4. My Fiends decide to charge the Silver Helms. I am at toughness 4, strength 4, and since I charged, it's just strength 3. I think I can take that. And my Demonettes, that we can barely see on this picture, they charge the Phoenix in the back.
Yeah, you see a little red arrow.
Yes, for a surprise. Yes, this is the... during the magic phase I got off the Hysterical Frenzy on my Fiends of Slanesh, decided to give them 1 more attack each. After the combat phase, my single Bloodletter, he really couldn't hold up against 2 Phoenixes, so obviously he got sent back to the Warp. And then my Demonettes overran, since we kicked the Phoenix's ass, and overran into the forest.
And from now on, you will get a lot more explanation and a lot less pictures.
Yes, because from this on and this will just go one way. Then will be the High Elf turn 4 will be coming up next. High Elf turn 5 even. This was a quick game. And during that turn he charged his... did not really do much, he just shuffled up a bit. Since his Frost Phoenix, the one who Caridrian rode on, he didn't really, pass his monster's reaction test. So he just remained there, became unbreakable, turned to face the Demonettes, who were the closest enemy. And the other Soul Frost Phoenix just moved up a bit. I don't really remember why, but yeah, he did. And the Silverhelms kept punching on the Fiends of Slanesh, and they managed to kill them when they broke from the demonic instability test. They didn't even reform, they chose to stand in the direction they were facing before. And that was about it. He don't have any wizards left, so there were no magic phase, he doesn't have anything to shoot with, so yeah, it was a quick phase.
Quick turn, even.
Quick turn, even. A quick phases and a quick turn.
And now in this picture you see the Demons turn 5.
All of them quickies. And yeah, Demons turn 5. During my phase, I decided to charge into the Frost Phoenix, because I want the points there, and my Bloodletters, the one who spawned behind the Bolt Thrower, decided to do a charge through the river, which is a River of Light, and I got the Time Warp spell on me, so I have the Always Strike first, I have the...
I don't know, whatever you get from that spell.
Really nice benefits, but yeah, we'll see what they all do. And then my Keeper of Secrets decided to charge the Frost Phoenix, who were below the Frost Phoenix in the picture. But this is a mid pick, so you'll see that this is after the magic phase, but before the combat phase. Because in the magic phase, I... and the Mask and my Beast of Nurgle, who were facing the Silverhelms, or to the left, they actually charged the Silverhelms. But then in the magic phase, I got off Cacophonic Choir in a nice bubble, and which affected, I think the Frost Phoenix in the picture took, so he only had like 3 wounds remaining, and then the Frost Phoenix, the Keeper were facing or fighting, he died from the Cacophonic Choir, and the Silverhelms took a little beating as well, so they became random movement, which will prove to be of use of my charging units.
Didn't the Demonette charge the Frost Phoenix as well?
Yeah, they did, but yeah. I think I mentioned it before. But yeah, otherwise the Demonettes moved into the Frost Phoenix to rip him a new one, because I really want the points from Caridrian. And yeah, here you can see that my the Mask and the Beast Nurgle actually managed to break the Silverhelms, and they ran them down since they only have random movements D6, and I have a Swift Striding Beast Nurgle and a the Mask of Slanesh.
1d6 to run with, not fun.
Yeah, you won't be able to go far with that. And yeah, the Frost Phoenix met his fate and died a glorious death. Now it's his turn 6, and the only thing he had remaining, he actually got his Flame Phoenix back, from which his Anointed were riding. And he got a 6, and he decided to pop up behind my lines and then fly away to conserve some points. And in my turn 6, I couldn't really do much besides moving my Keeper of Secrets after him, following that hot trail. And the thing is that I had 4 spells that I could use, since my Lower Metal guy died in a miscast accident way back. I had 4 spells, one of them was Cacophonic Choir, which is a lovely spell, but I didn't really have the range for it. He was further than 12 inches apart from me. But I had 2 spells I could use, one that makes him roll, or forces him to roll another d6 when he rolls for his leadership tests. And I got a pretty decent magic face off, so I decided I can use 2 spells, so I cast that. He decided to let it go. And then I cast a Slicing Charge, which forces him to roll on the leadership test, and on every, I think, a point that he fails by or goes over his leadership, he takes a wound of some sort. I don't really remember, but I cast it, I hope, and it would go through. But then he threw his dices and dispelled it promptly. So that was a kind of disappointing end, but to another great game. And you can see the kill pile to the right.
He only has this 1 Phoenix left alive, and this is the end of the game. And
a victory for the warp.
Nah.
Here you can see the a quick pick we took with some Demonette conversions and unit fillers, and my Lower Metal guy, who weren't really the MVP, but he decided to go on he was the most photogenic of my models, so he decided to
but other than that, it's hard to, don't really know the strategy of the HE-Henrik, the player who played High Elves, the backwards man.
Backwards man, because he usually...
he uses a lot of tackle retreats.
Yeah, the best defense, or the best offense is a good defense in his case, which can be quite giving in some circumstances.
Not always, though.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to be offensive. Yeah, and swear a lot. And in other cases, it can be good to be aggressive and charge a lot. But yeah, you get the picture.
Yeah, but also it was a long time since he played, and he hasn't played against Demons before, and he just had an idea to play full cavalry list. That's why he had a lot of silver helms and not too much of all the cheesy stuff, except for 3 phoenixes.
Yeah,
but
I think I liked his list actually quite a lot. It was good for me because my list is a high movement list, and he's also a high movement list. So I thought it would be a game we were running, around in circles, chasing each other. But he actually, he held back. He held back a bit. Wanted me to come to him, and I wanted him to come to me. And he had, he didn't know what Cacophonic Choir did. I barely did because it was the first time I used the lore. But yeah, it had a great impact on his Always Strike First Elves. It's a hex spell, so you can cast it in combat. He didn't even know that, so... And I didn't either. But, it's a great spell, and it really turned the game. I said to him in, I think, turn 2, that by turn 5, he would have floored me. But... Yeah,
it was the other way around.
It was the other way around, and I think that it mostly came from inexperience when facing the demon army, and yeah, I got some lucky breaks.
To to play.
Yeah, we all play at quite regularly as a gaming group, most of us, and we all are on different experience levels. As you can see, this is the first bat trip without any wood elves, and if you have seen the previous ones, you know that wood elves are quite the dominant force in our meta and in our group. So we're all on different levels, but hope we're here to make fun battle reports, and we hope that you enjoy them.
Yeah, and to add in just about this list, it's only one thing that I will criticize. Can always go with a full cavalry list, no problems. But it was just defense on his characters, who were like flying by themselves without any form of protection.
Yeah, he had the high elf shenanigan thing or whatever on his mage that it's counted a hit on a 2+ or a wound on a 2+ or whatever it was. But when on the first turn he rolled a miscast and he got a wound on himself, so that thing disappeared. So when I was moving my cannon up to shoot him, I really thought that I could, he had no saves anymore, so I thought it was easy pickings. But of course I decided to roll misfire, which is just my goddamn luck, hitting me on the back of the head. But
it ended well anyways.
It went well anyways. I love that my demonettes on strength 3 and armor piercing could poke something to death, because otherwise you always get their asses whooped. But hey, they're BDSM's elves, Slanesh, they love their masochist ways. But yeah, it was a nice game, and I hope to meet him again sometime.
Yeah, stay tuned for more backgrounds.
Yeah, thanks for watching.